today I'll be sharing a new storytime video. I've missed doing these videos, and today I have a crazy one for you. If you watched one of my videos last week, I talked about having worked for a porn company, and guess what? You asked for the story, and here it is. So I will tell you how I ended up working for a porn company. Okay? And no, I was not a porn star. I am not a porn star. I do not intend on becoming one. I don't think I ever want to be one, but I worked in a company that dealt with porn. So this was, I think, around 2010, if not 2009. And this started off in a very random manner. A friend of mine calls me and is like, "What are you up to?" And I was like, nothing much, just chilling. And he's like, "Cool, I have this gig. Could you come meet up with my boss later on? You can talk." And then I was like, "Cool, I was like, "What is it about?" And he was like, "Keep an open mind." So when someone tells you to keep an open mind, yeah, keep an open mind, because something crazy might just be coming your way. The first thing I thought was like, why would I have to keep an open mind? I wasn't sure. I knew it had something to do with like sex maybe, but I was like, but why would I need to talk about sex with his boss, right? So it was at night. I had to meet them at around 8 p.m. So I went into town 8 p.m. because we used to work night shift. So I went, met this guy, and the first thing he did, like, when he saw me, was like, "Oh my God, I love your voice. You have a lovely voice." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then he goes ahead and he's like, "I like your accent." And I'm like, "What accent? I ain't got no accent." But yeah, it worked. He liked whatever he had. And he was like, "Cool, so I want to hire you." And I'm like, "But what will I be doing?" So he said, "Martin didn't tell you." I'm going to use his real name because he's my friend and he does not mind. So my friend's name is Martin. He was like, "Martin didn't tell you?" I'm like, "Well, I was just told to keep an open mind." So he explains it to me. So this is what we were doing. We were not shooting porn. No. What we had to do was sell porn licenses. Okay? So apparently, to operate as a porn star in the States or in the UK, allegedly, this is what we were told, one needs a license. So the company we were working for had links to porn star employers, people who are actually shooting film, and they would recommend people who already have licenses to go work for them. And then you would be put up on a website. It was this crazy thing that was just so weird to start with. So we had to sell porn licenses. We had to convince people who had already signed up or shown interest on the website that they had interest in becoming porn stars, okay? So we had to convince them to buy a license of either a year, 2 years, 5 years, or lifetime. Lord, we received the craziest of calls. So I guess by now you've already noted that it was a call center. So we had to call out, or we would receive calls of people who wanted to sign up and get their licenses. We also sold goth pills. I am not going to tell you what that is. Go Google it. And we also sold dick stretchers. Yes. No, like, it was an experience of its own. And given the fact that at that age I was I was young and naive, maybe, and I was not very, to me, sex was still taboo, like discussing sex and whatever. It wasn't something that I would just engage in topic with just any random raggedy ass person. It was something that was very hush-hush. I guess maybe because I was living in my mother's house. You never know. But having to talk to strangers on the phone and convince them that they actually want to spend money so that they can go have sex with other people and get that stuff shot and sold, it was just crazy. And we would receive people as young as like 14 years old who would get calls from them saying, "Hi, I want to be a porn star." So one of the requirements was you have to be over 18. At least you have to know what you're doing, right? And they're like, "Oh, I can't do that now." I'm like, no, you're 14. Like, you should be in school. What are you doing calling here? It was so weird, but that experience opened up my mind. It opened up my experiences when it comes to people, because when the internet would be down at night. It's like at 3 a.m. we have no internet or power goes out. We'd sit in the darkness or sit in the office and just talk. And we had this lady, this cool lady, I'll call her Mary for the sake of this video. And she used to be, well, before the call center, she used to work as what are they called? These sex counselors? I think that's what they're called. Like, they counsel people who are like addicted to sex or teach people what they're doing wrong and stuff like that. So she would kind of train us or give us pointers on how to talk to some of these people to actually convince them, because the more you sold, the more licenses you sold, you also got a commission, so that meant the more money you earned. And also, this guys, it wasn't just calls. Sometimes you had to chat with them, and she was the best at this, like sitting over there. And you know, to convince someone something on chat like that, they would get nasty. Because even on calls, they were getting nasty. Like, someone would call us like, hi, so what's your name? I never used my real name, because sometimes we had names like stripper names. Sometimes we go like, oh, I'm Candy. I swear to God, we used to, like, you'd hear people mention names and you'd turn and you're like, okay, no problem. I see where your head's at. I see you, Mary. So it was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had, and I think it's also one of the most awesome, like, it's the awesomest job I've ever had. Like, it's an awesome, okay, other than this maybe, but it's one job that was very fun. What wasn't fun was the fact that those guys ran away with the money. We made a lot of money to the point that these guys were like, we are not about to give this people all this money. We're just gonna walk out with it. We don't care. And then they just moved, and we never got paid, because the first month they were like, oh, the money is late. We will, you know those stories. I'm sure you've had them somewhere. You've probably gone through them. So for me, this was one hell of an experience, at least even if I wasn't paid. I was living at my mom's, so maybe let's just say I didn't really have bills to pay, but I was working for money, so it would have been nice to be paid for it. But the experience was just out of this world. And those guys sometimes would get shocked, like they're talking to you, it's like, oh, so where are you from? And I was like, there's one who asked me, are you white? And I said no. Actually, he asked if I was British. I was like, no, I'm black. And then he goes like, African American? I was like, no, African. It's like, ooh, but you sound sexy. What? Wait, Africans are not supposed to sound sexy? Really? Dude, you American guy who was trying to be a porn star, you want to judge me because of how I sound? Really? I know, right? Crazy. So have you ever had a crazy job? Have you ever had an experience at a job that was maybe just okay, but the experience was awesome? Please share your story with me. Like, you can leave your story in the comment section. Just mention like a random job you did, or the randomest job you have ever done. Yeah, yes. Share the randomest job you have ever done, the one that you found that was very random. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to watch my previous video, just go down here. And then if you would like to contact me, talk to me, say something nice, follow me, like a photo, I don't know, you know that jazz. Just my social media information is over here, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.